Pat from Seattle Coffee Gear, and today we have a look at some of the Biocaf full circle products from Ernix. So they offer a range of these products. There's different ones for different needs that we'll get into. All of these products are engineered to be effective, but also biodegradable and environmentally safe, hence the Biocaf name, and that's sort of what makes them differ a little bit from some of Ernix's other products. So let's take a look at each of these different boxes and see what they do. The first thing we've got here is their Descaling Liquid. So this is going to be very similar to the powder. Just depends on what your machine takes, whether it takes a liquid or a powder. This is going to be useful on any machine or even like kettles and other accessories, drip brewers, super autos, semi-autos, for descaling the machine. It's important to note that if you have certain kinds of machines, like an E61 brew group machine, for example, you're not going to want to do your descaling yourself. You need to get that machine professionally descaled because it can damage the machine if you do it at home. But in general, this is going to work great for pretty much any machine that you might have. And you know, with any kind of machine, you're going to want to follow the guidelines in your manual. Some manufacturers require you to use a specific brand of descaling product in order to maintain your warranty. So you just want to make sure that you're within those rules. And descaling is going to happen kind of differently at different intervals depending on use. If you have a machine that has like an interface that might read some of that stuff, like some super autos do this, it'll tell you when it's time to descale. Otherwise, you're just going to want to follow the instructions in your machine's manual to get your descalings in on time. So this powder is going to be very similar to the Descaling Liquid. Just comes in a pouch like this, and you use it as a powder form. Some machines have you pour the powder into the water reservoir with water, and some machines prefer a liquid like this descaling agent. The liquid I find is particularly good for descaling like kettles and coffee pots. You don't need to do that very frequently. It's pretty, they don't build up lime scale the way that machine boilers and stuff can, but it's good for that. If you descale, if you notice some buildup, you can use the liquid really well with a kettle. So next up we have this coffee machine cleaning powder. So this is more designed for like drip brewers and other machines, and also pour over equipment. Again, sometimes stuff like, you use it on stuff like presses and kettles. And this is going to be used in between your descalings on your drip brewer and stuff, or you can use it kind of in place of that on things like your Chemex and your coffee press. So this is a great one to use in between. Again, the amount you want to use it is going to vary quite a bit depending on how much you use your product. So you can kind of experiment and follow your manufacturer's guidelines on that. So next is one of the favorites of Ernix's line is these coffee grinder cleaning tablets. So these are going to be tablets that you put in your grinder hopper, and then you're going to run the grinder, sometimes with some beans, it just depends, to get the grind chamber cleaned out and get the chute cleaned out and stuff. It's going to help you get rid of oil buildup on the burrs and in all the other parts of the grinder. Obviously, you can take the burrs out and clean them as well, which is a good thing to do every now and then too, but this will also help you clean out areas of like the chute and the grind chamber. And then you can follow the instructions and you'll be good. One of the things they tell you in the instructions that's important to keep in mind is you're going to want to run some beans through the grinder after you run the cleaner through, just to make sure that everything is all cleaned out and there isn't any cleaner left over in the grinder. So you may want to keep some stale beans around to do that with if you intend to use these in the near future. The final thing we have to look at is this big bottle of their milk frother cleaning liquid. So this is a really great product, whether you have a semi-auto or a super auto espresso machine. What you're going to do with it is different depending on which kind of machine you have. Super autos, you're generally going to run a cleaning cycle where it pulls some of the cleaning liquid through the frothing system, and then you can use it to soak your steam wand equipment in if you have a semi-auto machine or if you use a Panarello. Again, really important to follow your manufacturer's guidelines for these, because this one is something that's going to be potentially run through the machine. So you just want to make sure that you do it right and do it to the guidelines presented in your user manual. So that covers the products in Ernix's Biocaf line. If you find other product lines that also offer cleaning products, they're probably going to be pretty similar to what you see here as well, just maybe not with that same degree of environmental biodegradability and safety. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about these cleaning products or maintaining your machine, feel free to drop them below, and hit the like button if you enjoyed it, and get subscribed for all of our videos coming up in the future. Thanks.